Well, thanks for joining me today, Diana. It's wonderful to be having a chat with you about the first of the JKTech workshops that we're holding at MetPlant, which is the Met Accounting course. So would you like to tell us a little bit about this course and what people can expect from it?
Yep, would love to. So this workshop is focused at giving mineral process professionals, so plant mets, maybe even managers, or even anyone really interested in where does met data come from? Is it any good? Trying to give them an appreciation on the practical considerations on what a fit for purpose and also best practice met accounting system actually looks like, particularly in terms of something called the Amara P754 Code of Practice and Guidelines, which can be very difficult and very dry to kind of wade your way through and understand what does that actually require from my system. So we're trying to focus on, I guess, the practical aspects of these requirements and also why should I care about these specific requirements.
Yeah, I think met accounting is one of those things that I do hear often employers saying, graduates coming out without really getting those skills at university. And it really is, like you said, you need that practical experience. So is that what one of the things you're trying to address, is that gap in competency and particularly those sort of junior mets?
Yes. So as you know, processing plants now are so rich with data. There's so much buzz about big data, utilizing AI and machine learning to make sense of all that data. But I'm kind of, I guess, the old school way of thinking, or really, I think it's a practical way that in the physicals tracking space and the met accounting space, I don't think you really need big data. You kind of need good data. And I guess in a lot of university, we don't cover it, or maybe we don't remember a lot of that kind of sampling theory, statistics, and it's nothing, you don't have to be an expert. It's actually a lot of the basics from statistics, a lot of the basics from sampling theory, so that you can kind of evaluate how good is my data, because we know data's not perfect. Every measurement has some level of uncertainty, and we just have to understand that level of uncertainty because we make a lot of decisions based on this data. And risk doesn't have to be zero, but we just have to understand the risk before we make those production decisions, those financial decisions based on that data. So we're just trying to help people understand, I guess, the quality of their data and I guess the potential risk or consequences by believing that data and making those decisions.
Exactly. You're right. It's the complexity now of processing plants with all the sensors and all the on-stream analysis and other, pieces of data being collected. It's very much about making sense of that and weeding out the noise and making sure that you're concentrating on the right things. And of course, the perennial issue with met accounting is always that discrepancy between what the mine says they've sent to the mill and what the smelter says they've been given, or what the haulage company says they've been given, etc. So how do you incorporate some of those practical examples? Like, do people need to bring some of their own data from their own sites, or will you provide that?
So I'll provide examples that I've seen over the years from audits, kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, kind of thing. But I do encourage a lot of participants to, if they have, niggling questions or potential material that they're willing to share or even ask about in, I guess, the workshop, to come and bring that, because I find this is a very dry subject. I won't try and joke to anyone that it is the coolest, sexiest thing. But I think that it becomes interesting and it becomes, I guess, practical once you actually relate it back to the real world. So I encourage participants that bring your flow sheet, mark up where you have your measurements, maybe even show me how you do your mass balancing. And it's something that we can discuss in the class, because I think that's really where this workshop can be helpful to people, is how does that relate to my system? How can I quantify my system? And how can I potentially improve your system? Because the chances are as well, when you share it, when others share it, it's probably not a new problem. And I found in a lot of audits and reviews, a lot of the similar issues keep popping up from old plants to new plants, little plants to big plants. So I'm trying to, I guess, focus on that practical aspect of how can you apply this bunch of words, all these books and standards, etc., to try and improve your plant and improve the data quality of your plant.
Yeah, I think that's really one of the most valuable things, isn't it? That face-to-face interaction that, as you say, many sites will be having similar issues, and yeah, that ability to share their own challenges and work those through with yourself would be really valuable. Are you the only instructor, Diana, or are there other people that'll be coming into that workshop from JK's end?
No, I'll be the facilitator instructor for this course. So I guess I come from, I guess, a production metallurgy background. So I've had to slog through all those spreadsheets and attend those end of month reconciliation meetings. But I've been also fortunate to, I guess, be mentored by Tim Napier-Munn from the statistics space. So I also facilitate that course. So I kind of bring that understanding, and also been mentored by Phil Gurney, who actually contributed to a lot of those guidelines. So despite just me being the facilitator and being stuck with me for a whole day, I guess that's my production and technical backgrounds that I come from that space. But of course, if you have very, very specific questions, the good thing is that I can link you up to people from, I guess, the broader JKTech space and Sustainable Minerals Institute if you have additional questions. So definitely, I'm just, I guess, a jumping off point in this workshop from your for your journey into med accounting.
Yeah, no, I think that overall ecosystem is so important, as you mentioned, having those legends of the industry and mentors. And I really don't know how you can say it's not sexy when we're talking about Tim Napier-Munn, but
no, I get very excited about any stats. So yes, definitely come with your stats questions, come with your sampling theory questions, and we'll be very happy to kind of answer those, because I think that's really when you get value from these courses, when you ask questions about, your specific problem, because to be honest, everything's on fire around you, but really you want to solve your problem. So definitely come, with questions from your specific plant, because I guess that's when it gets really exciting.
So Diana, what kinds of people is this aimed at? Like, do you need to be a metallurgist to do this, or could you be someone who's maybe a surveyor or a mining engineer, or in another role in the sector?
No, I don't think you have to be. In fact, I think it's a good thing that we kind of start introducing people to where does this data come from? What are some of the pain points of this data? What are some of the kind of how this data is actually considered good or accurate data as well, so vice versa. So I kind of assume when I'm going through this content that you kind of are fairly new to this world. You've probably seen a processing plant, walk through a processing plant, but definitely we welcome people who aren't, I guess, technical experts or production, I guess, mineral processing production personnel to also join this, because I guess if you use metadata, again, it carries some certain uncertainties, some sort of risk. It's probably a good thing that you understand where this data may fall over, or kind of the strengths of the data that you're using to make these decisions from. So I think that not just metallurgists, I'd be more than happy to welcome potentially geologists, mining engineers, etc., to this course as well.
Apart from sort of bringing their own examples if they have them, or questions, is there any other preparation that participants would need to do, or any prior learning they should think about before coming along?
I would say there's not anything strictly required prior to coming. It would be good to be somewhat familiar with, I guess, the AMIRA P754 Code of Practice. Sometimes I call them kind of the 10 commandments of med accounting, but to fully understand it, it's fine if you don't. I assume I'll say typical knowledge on the subject, which is little to none, because I guess because it's such a nuanced subject and because there's just so much requirements for every single aspect of the system, a lot of people get very overwhelmed. So I would encourage people to at least be familiar with, I guess, some of that, the code of practice requirements or the 10 commandments, but I assume little to no knowledge because that's what most people, when they even get us to do audits and reviews, that's usually where they're coming from. So that's fine to come just with an open mind, really.
Yeah, excellent. And if there are undergrad or postgrad students, would it also be suitable for them to attend?
I would definitely encourage undergrads. They may not necessarily understand, say, all the intricacies of all these tiny little steps, but I think they'll get an appreciation, again, of that data quality and that fact that every measurement we take, unfortunately, has some level of uncertainty. So I don't think that it'll just be, say, just that med accounting and the reporting and the reconciliation, but potentially whenever now they start to see a data set, I'm hoping that they would start questioning, oh, is this kind of accurate data? What are some of the risks of making decisions on this data? And I guess on that other side, the postgrad, particularly if they haven't really been in a plant before, again, from that space of the data quality space and starting to question that just because I took a measurement, it's not really 100%, is it? Or I guess trying to interrogate that data a little bit more, particularly if, how do I say it? I guess for the postgrad, it would be good to also get them to have that exposure of some of the pain points that I guess production metallurgists face, particularly when they're, say, applying their research or translating their research to that processing plant space as well, because it's not as of a controlled measuring environment as, say, when you're in the lab as well, particularly when you're scaling up.
Absolutely. And also, do you sort of touch on the importance of representative sampling and sampling theory and how that's integral as well to, the integrity of your data?
Oh, definitely. So despite the fact that usually when we're called on to a lot of these, I guess, med accounting reviews and audits, a lot of people, particularly at the moment, are very into the reporting and the calculations, and the data security is a big one as well. But I find that a lot of the issues is around that measurement, the measurement and the sampling. Which I guess is the beating heart of a lot of physicals tracking and med accounting. So definitely it's unavoidable. We will go through, I guess, some basic statistics and also some basic sampling theory. And I try and keep it very practical because, again, that's another rabbit hole that you could dedicate your whole life to. But I guess I acknowledge a lot of metallurgists don't want to dedicate their life to sampling theory. So we'll try and keep it as practical as possible as what does that actually look like in the plant, in the equipment, or even in the manual samples that you take. So definitely we'll have to touch on stats. We'll have to touch on sampling theory.
Well, I think it sounds very exciting. So we're really really happy to have JKTech offering this workshop, Diana, and also we've got the Geomet one, which I'll speak with your colleague Bevan about as well. And JKTech are sponsoring the welcome function once again in 2026, which is fantastic. So thanks very much, Diana. Looking forward to seeing you in March.
Thanks.